What if one Linux interview question decides whether you move to the next round or get rejected on the spot? That is exactly why preparing the right way matters. In this tutorial, we are going to cover some of the most important Linux interview questions and answers divided into beginner, intermediate, and advanced level. So whether you are preparing for the role of DevOps, cloud system administrator, cybersecurity engineer, or a technical support, this tutorial will help you understand the question the interviewers commonly ask and how to answer them with confidence. So guys, if you want to know more about it, then watch this video till the end. But before that, I request you that do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell icon so that you don't miss out any update from our end. So in the agenda wise, first we are going to start with beginner level question. Then we are going to move towards intermediate level question, and finally we are going to discuss about advanced level question. Now here's a short quiz actually to test your knowledge. And the question is, which command is used in Linux to list the files and directories in the current folder? And your options are pwd, ls, cd, or mkdir. Please mention your answers in the comment section below. Now before we move on to the session, just a quick info guys. Simplilearn has got cybersecurity experts master program. You can become a cybersecurity expert and you'll be ready for CH CompTIA Security Plus CISSP certifications. You will prepare for top cybersecurity certifications with the latest exam aligned curriculum. Also guys, you'll gain access to CEH V13 AI integrated course and also hands-on lab and CEH exam vouchers. This course is aligned to CompTIA and EC Council. So guys, hurry up now and join the course. The course link is mentioned in the description box. So let's get started. So guys, let us start with the Linux interview question and answers. So first, we are going to cover beginner level interview question. And the question is, what is the difference between Linux and Unix? And the answer for the same is, Unix is the original operating system, and while Linux is a Unix-like open source operating system which is kind of inspired by Unix. So if you make a Venn diagram, then Unix is at the top of the food chain and under this comes Linux. Linux is also free and highly customizable. You can find Linux operating system like Ubuntu, which actually I use a lot, and there are other distributions also like Fedora, Red Hat, and this is also one of the most developer-friendly operating systems. I hope so guys, you would have got the answer for the same. Now let us move on to the next question. And the next question is, what is a kernel in Linux? So guys, kernel is a core part of the operating system. It manages hardware, memory, processes, and communication between software and hardware. Next is, what is root user? So guys, the answer for the same is, the root user is the super user in Linux. It has full permission to access and modify all files, settings, and system configurations. Next question, what is the difference between pwd, cd, and ls? You can pause the video and think of the answer. And the answer is pretty simple. pwd shows the current directory, cd changes the directory, and ls lists the files and folders in the directory. Now let us discuss the next question. And the next question is, what does mkdir do? So guys, the answer for the same is, mkdir is used to create a new directory. For example guys, you will type mkdir demo folder and it is going to create a directory called as demo folder. Now the next question is, what is the use of rm? So guys, rm is actually used to remove files or directory. For example guys, you can type rm and the name of the file, let's say demo.txt. So it is going to remove the file name demo. Then you can also give a common syntax for this is rm-r and folder name. And it could remove the folder recursively if you give -r as a flag. I hope so guys, you would have got a brief idea regarding the same. Now let us move on to the next question. And the next question is, what is the difference between absolute path and the relative path? So guys, an absolute path starts from the root directory like /home/user/docs, and a relative path starts from the current directory. Now let us discuss about the next question. What is a file permission in Linux? So guys, Linux permission control who can read, write, or execute file. And permissions are assigned to the owner, group, and others. Now, let us discuss about the next question, which is what do R, W, and X means? So guys, R means read, W means write, and X means execute. So these are the significance of these commands. So guys, this is the significance of R, W, and X in Linux. Now let us discuss about the next question. That is, what is the use of chmod? You can take a pause, guys, and think about this question. This is a very easy question, and the answer for the same is chmod changes file permissions. For example, if you write chmod 755 script.sh, then it is going to change the files and permission for script.sh. Now let us move ahead to the intermediate level questions. And the intermediate level question number 1 is, what is the difference between process and service? The question seems pretty easier, but there is a kind of confusion between process and service that you can feel. Now, if you know the answer, it's amazing. And if you don't know, then please check out. A process is a running program, and a service is a background process that usually starts automatically and provides system or application level functionality. And if you think about a process, let's say, for example, let's say you have started a process in the background. Let's say, for example, if you have opened a text editor in your given operating system, then that is a process. And the services, let's say if you are using internet service all over there, like TCP, ICP. For the service guys, you can think of something like TCP, IP. So that's a kind of difference between a process and the service. Now the next question is pretty much interesting. And it says, how do you check a running process in Linux? And the answer for the same is, you can use commands like ps, top, or htop. An example for the same is, for example, like ps-ef or top. So in this way, you can check a running process all over there in Linux. Now let us move on to the next question. The next question is pretty interesting, and it says, what is the difference between kill and kill-9? And the answer for the same is, kill sends a normal termination signal allowing the process to close gracefully, while kill-9 forcefully stops the process immediately. So this is the major difference between kill and kill-9. Now let us discuss about the next question, which is also pretty interesting, and it has a lot of concepts if I talk about. And the question is, what is a daemon? See, a daemon is a background process that runs without direct user interaction, such as SSH, you can think of, or a web server services if you use, or any cron jobs if you are running. So that is a daemon, any background process. So where none of the user are directly interacting with it. Now, I hope so you would have got a brief idea for this. Let us move on to the next question. What is the use of grep? This is an interesting question, guys. You can pause the video and think about its answer. And the answer for the same is, grep is used to search for patterns or text inside. For example, let's say if you type grep error logfile.txt, it is going to search for the respective patterns or text inside the respective log file. So guys, in this given thing, you are going to see if you type grep error logfile.txt, it is going to search error in the logfile.txt file. Now let us move on to the next question. And the next question is, what is the use of find? And the answer for the same is, find is used to search for files and directories based on name, size, type, or time. Now guys, let us discuss about the next question. And the question says, what is the difference between CP and MV? So guys, CP actually copies files or folders, while MV moves or renames them. Now, next question is, what is sudo? And the answer for the same is, sudo allows a normal user to execute commands with elevated privileges, usually as root. Next question is, guys, what is the purpose of /etc/password? And the answer for the same is, etc/password stores user account information such as username, user ID, or home directory. And also it could be default shell. So that is what it's all about, the purpose of /etc/password. This is an interesting question, guys, so do remember it. And guys, based on this, someone could also ask, instead of password, if shadow is there, what will be the respective answer? So if you see shadow written all over there, then think of it that it stores encrypted user passwords and password related settings. It is kind of more secure than /etc/password. Now guys, let us discuss about the next question. And the next question is, what is a soft link and a hard link? So guys, a soft link is a shortcut to a file or a directory, whereas a hard link is another name for the same file data on the disk. Soft links can also help you point across file systems, whereas hard links usually cannot. I hope so, guys. You would have seen the intermediate level questions. Now it's time to explore some of the advanced level questions. And the first question is a very basic one, and it says, what is the difference between bash scripting and shell scripting? And the answer for the same is, shell scripting is a general term for a script written for any shell, where bash scripting is specifically referring to scripts which are written for bash shell, and it may include bash specific features or the given pointers available all over there. Now let us discuss about the next question. And our next question says, what happens during Linux boot process? Now, this is a very practical question, guys. And the answer for the same is, first of all, the system starts with BIOS or UEFI, and then it loads the bootloader like grub, which loads the Linux kernel. And the kernel initializes hardware, mounts the root file system, and then starts the init system such as systemd, which launches the services and user space processes. So guys, this was all about Linux boot process. Now let us proceed for the next question. And our next question is, what is grub? So guys, grub stands for Grand Unified Bootloader. It is responsible for loading the Linux kernel during the system startup. So this is all about grub. Now the next question is pretty interesting, guys. We go towards the direction about networking. Now the question is, what is the difference between IP tables and firewall ID? I want you to take time, recall what you have studied in networking. So the answer for the same is, see, IP tables is a lower level firewall utility for packet filtering, and firewall ID is a higher level firewall management tool that uses zones, and it is easier to manage dynamically. So this is about IP tables. Now let us discuss about the next question, that is, what is load average in Linux? So guys, if I talk about load average, it shows that the system workload over 1 to 5 to 15 to 20 minutes, what has been done. It indicates how many processes are waiting for CPU time or system resources. The next question is, what is the difference between /bin, /sbin, /user/bin, and /user/sbin? Now this is a very fundamental question, but this is also kind of trickier. So let us first decode the first one. So /bin, if I talk about, it contains essential user commands, whereas sbin contains essential system and administration based commands. Now if you go to this folder /user/bin, it contains regular user applications, and if you go to /user/sbin, it contains non-essential admin commands. Now I hope so you would have got a clear idea regarding this. Keep in mind about this question, this might be asked in the interview. Now let's discuss about one more question, and the question is, what's the difference between NAT and bridge networking? Now if I talk about NAT, so NAT allows a system or a virtual machine to access external networks through the host using translated address, whereas bridge networking gives it a direct presence on the network with its own IP address. Now guys, if you are not clear with NAT and bridge networking, then recap those things because this is a very crucial part of networking, and there are a lot of associated concepts which involve all over here, which goes back to understanding the given packet tracing. So please work on this one. Somebody can also give you in your interviews like to do the packet tracing. So if you are going, or if you have an inclination towards networking, so it might be very useful to revise that. Now the next question is, how do you troubleshoot a Linux server that is running slow? Very practical and very interesting question, guys. So some of the questions might be asked to you in the interview based on the kind of work which you will be doing or which you are already doing. So the answer for the same is first check CPU memory, disk, and network usage using tools like top, free, iostat, vmstat, or df-h as a flag. Then guys, in the next process, you have to inspect logs, review running processes or services, identify high resource processes, and verify whether storage swapping or network bottlenecks are causing the slowdown. At the end of the day, guys, you need to do a thorough inspection. I hope so, guys, you would have got a brief idea regarding this. Now, let us discuss about the next question. And the question is, what is the difference between a zombie process and an orphan process? The answer for the same is, a zombie process has completed execution but still has an entry in the process table because its parent has not read its exit status. Whereas if I talk about an orphan process, this is a running process whose parent has terminated. So guys, it gets adopted by init or systemd. Now guys, let us come to our final question, and the question is, how do you secure a Linux server? And the answer for the same is, you can secure it by disabling unnecessary service using strong passwords or SSH keys, changing default ports if needed, applying firewall rules, updating packages regularly, enforcing least privilege. You have to monitor logs, and you have to use tools like fail to ban or SELinux/AppArmor. So these are some of the solutions of securing a Linux server. So guys, this was all about Linux interview question and answers. I hope so guys you would have enjoyed our today's video. And also guys, I would request you, if you like content like these, then do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell icon. Thank you guys for watching this video.